Hi, I'm Kristen Fauson, and I'm running to represent our community, District 80, covering Kentwood, Cascade, East Grand Rapids, and parts of Grand Rapids and Grand Rapids Township in the Michigan House. Moms for Liberty and groups like them have spent the last several years attacking our schools, trying to ban books, push LGBTQ+ kids out of the classroom, and tell our teachers what they can and cannot teach. I've served on the Forest Hills School Board for 6 years, the last 4 as president, and I stood up to these extremists every step of the way. I didn't back down, and we won. But the same forces attacking our schools are now driving the agenda in Lansing and Washington. We need someone who has already proven they know how to stop them. I have proven I can. Standing up for our kids is just one part of the job. I hear it from our community members every day, at every door. Our families are struggling, and we need someone who has a track record of solving real problems. Anyone can talk about policy. It's another thing to show you know how to implement those policies that affect kids, classrooms, and working families. In Forest Hills, we launched a junior kindergarten program for our youngest learners. We thought we'd have enough interest to fill 3 classrooms. We opened 9. This shows a real need within the community. Childcare is expensive, and it's hard to come by. Oftentimes, it's the mom who steps back from her job, reducing her ability to get ahead, reducing her family's weekly paycheck, and reducing her ability to help build wealth for the family. So I will work toward free childcare and universal preschool. We expanded our free breakfast and lunch programs. I want to see that made permanent for every kid in this state. No child should go hungry. In Forest Hills, we're modernizing our schools and building new community centers. Though I'll be honest, that's easier in a community like ours that can afford to invest. I want to make sure that kids in communities that can't don't get left behind. That same belief that people shouldn't be left behind because of where they live is what drives me on health care and paid family leave too. Nobody should skip a doctor's visit because they can't pay for it, and no parent should have to choose between a paycheck and staying home with a sick kid. More than a dozen states have mandated paid family leave acts, and they have been overwhelmingly positive. Women are more likely to stay in the workforce. Poverty rates have decreased, and household income has increased. Michigan should be the next state to have paid family leave. I want to safeguard our right to vote. Michigan Republicans just passed a bill in the House modeled on the Federal SAVE Act, making it harder to register and vote. It's not going anywhere in the Senate right now, but that fight isn't over, and I'll be there to stop it when it comes back. And I'll fight for the Michigan Green Amendment, to guarantee our right to clean air and clean water, because that's a right too, not a luxury. I'll keep fighting for the people in this district the same way I have for the last 6 years. My path here hasn't been a straight one. I studied government and Russian studies at Cornell University, and after graduation, I moved to Moscow. I lived there through 2 Soviet coup attempts. It gives you a deep appreciation for how fragile democracies are and how much work it takes to build and sustain them when you see tanks rolling up the street in front of your apartment, or hear your friend has been shot by a sniper on her rooftop. From there, I moved to Washington, D.C., and I worked to strengthen democratic institutions abroad in places like Poland, Russia, and Ukraine. And I managed programs that dismantled former Soviet nuclear missile systems, all while getting married, having 3 kids, and earning my PhD in government from Georgetown. Unfortunately, the things I worked to build in Eastern Europe and the former Soviet Union are now needed back here at home. That's part of why I don't back down from this fight. I never dreamed we'd have to be fighting to protect rights that our parents, grandparents, and even great-grandparents already fought for. But it's the fight we're in, and it's the fight I'm winning. I don't think of myself as a politician. I think of myself as someone who sees a need and steps up to help in whatever way I can. I'm asking for your vote on August 4 because I have a track record of doing the work and delivering results. We can do better. Together, we will. Visit KristenFauson.com to learn more and to find out how you can help.